Hey, welcome to the stream, everybody. We're doing Mega Man 7 today. Letting it run through the beginning credits here because you would miss some very important storyline you wouldn't get otherwise. There was a giant old man taking over the world, and then he was miniature. He was in a skull bot. So we're picking up the end of Mega Man 6 when Mega Man beat Dr. Wowie. And he actually arrested him this time. He didn't get away in his little spaceship. You got, it says Cutman 2 there on the side. That's not a real thing. However. Come on, pacing. Oh no, Dr. Wowie always knew his schemes might. We've had 6 full games that ended in failure. He might have had a contingency. So, he's been into prison. All these robots are waking up. Do robots wake up or do they power on? Or I guess that is really determined by if they dream, right? Do you have to be able to dream to wake up? Or I guess you could go, your phone goes into sleep mode and it's not dreaming. 4 robots have been hidden away. And since he didn't put the special codes in, they activated. There you go. They didn't wake up. They activated. They began searching for their master. I love this game. The Super Nintendo saw 3 versions, not 3 versions. Mega Man X and 2 sequels. You had X1, 2, and 3, which were very different from the traditional series. This was the only entry from the traditional series to show up on the Super Nintendo, and I completely love it. I love how bright and colorful it is. The music's great. I really like the art style. Mega Man 8 was on the Saturn, the Sega Saturn, and maybe the Dreamcast too. I don't know. No, I don't know. For sure it was on the Saturn. And it had a more modern look to the kind of old style, but I didn't like the way the character models look. Like Mega Man's sprite was just kind of still too big. So this is something else that was new to the series, was that there's an intro level, and halfway through there's a mid kind of level. That was something that they hadn't had in any of them before. Before they dump you into the screen select, you've got 8 guys, go get them. Alright, so end of the road. Otto, who is new to the series too here, he can't go any further in his Autovon. So he's like, hey, Mega Man, take this helmet with you. And he gives him a Met helmet. It's like, oh, see, there you go. He's like, oh, I don't like it, so that's not a good fashion for me. I want the helmet with the red on the bottom. I want that Louboutin helmet. Yeah. Oh, Charlie Boy's on the floor right now. He's not feeling so good. I think he ate something he shouldn't have on his walk. Alright, so we got my traditional helmet here. Alright. Oh no, Dr. Light, he's not having a good time. He's hanging out here on the ground. Roll was the girl robot in the truck, if anyone was unaware. Hey, no, Mega Man, we have no time. Wily is using the attack of his robots to cover his escape. Look. So in Mega Man 8, which we'll probably never play because I didn't really like it personally, they had some voice acted anime cutscenes, and the voice acting was atrocious, which included Dr. Light calling Dr. Wily Dr. Wowie. And since we're not going to have it on here, it's totally worth looking up that little 2-second clip on the YouTubes. Poor little guy. Alright, so Rush is my robot dog. He's a cool guy. And away we go. Alright. Oof. Controls are a little laggy, so that's me playing with the handicap. I feel like the jump is a little... We'll see. If I start missing jumps, I'll have to figure out something else for the controller, but right now it seems manageable. Normally, I've just got the OCD of always charge his blaster all the time. But I know that can be not so great to listen to. So for the most part, I may just do regular shots and not be charging all the time always. Alright, let's go. We killed the big steamroller. Oh, look at all these busted up things in the back. You can tell there was a fights here. Oh, who's this guy with the cool hair? And it looks like he's got a... I always thought he had a eye patch, but the blue on his head is actually like a mid-gem in his forehead. Hey, we did it. We kicked his ass. So if you let him damage you too much, the fight will just stop. You can't actually die to him. Now, he's bass and he's treble. So our good guys rock and roll. Now you've got bass and treble. Maybe Rush is named after the band? Bass? I knew a lot of kids who insisted his name was Bass, because they came from some kind of fishing background. So we got our password screen, typical of the series. So this is another new thing to the series, is starting you out with only 4 robot masters to choose from. Previous from now, all 1 to 6, and the Game Boy, well, not the Game Boy ones, okay, so I'm wrong. On console, this was new. On console, they always gave you all 8 to choose from right off the bat. This one, they only start you with 4, which is fine. I do them all in the same order every time, all the time, always. But I could see that really bothering some people who just prefer to go for boss runs. You know, in different ways. Get a little variety. Oh, I heard Tay-Tay Swift didn't win any awards on the something awards yesterday, but she was nominated for lots of them. Charlie's doing the army crawl on the ground because he's got the itches. Okay, can I get up there? Get a one-man? Nope. And now I don't get the E-Tank either. Man, that was a mistake. Okay, Rush, get out of here. It's been a few years since I've played this, so I'm forgetting where all the important things are. I did buy the, what is it, the Legend Collection or whatever for the... no. What about you? Yeah, we do it. Alright, that's a one-man. But I ended up... So far I haven't played it. I was not very impressed with their special features, the boss rushes and stuff. Talking to my friend Antonio, who you may know from our Luigi's Mansion LP, about the classic Mega Man series. I told him which one I was playing. He thought this was a newer one. And when I said it was one of the older ones, he goes, oh, one of the hard ones. I was like, they're not that hard. Like, I don't know if it's because I grew up with them or I know the boss order. Because, like, I don't fight the bosses with just Buster. You gotta go, you know, the weakness path. But I never thought they were, like, super duper hard. They put out Inti Creates, I think it was. Or maybe it was Way Forward, actually. I'm not sure now. Put out Mega Man 9 and 10 on what was current gen consoles a couple years ago. And those were very hard because they were going for the, oh, this is in the tradition of hard Mega Man games. So those were actually difficult to the point of not being enjoyable for me. Oh, god damn it. Spikes in these games are instant death. Alright. So now the next section is a big water gimmick with spikes trying to kill me. If you jump off too high and fall in there, you'll fall further. Just like in real water. Now I wonder what is in either the liquid we're in is extremely dense, or there is some system in Mega Man that would make him float. That would simulate buoyancy. I wonder which one it is. So, block puzzles. These looks like scissorp. You're not wrong. How's studying going, Hammer? It does look like scissorp. That makes me happy. That always makes me think of... Whoa. Ugh, she says. I really appreciate the support, but don't neglect your studies. See if you can do both. You can listen to me prattle on about the Mega Man series, and then it's not going. And then when you hear me say something that you think you can say something, you can pop in and be like, oh, I have this fire comment. I got it. Alright. So, even though these spikes look different than the earlier spikes, they are still spikes. I will still instantly die. Oof. Good. Hammer, are you on a web browser or are you on the mobile? I told her she could do whatever she wanted and go study, and now I'm like, answer my questions 3. Alright, this is Dr. Wawi's chamber. So, we've made it to the boss shutters, which means if I die, laptop. If I die, I will spawn back in that chamber. Oh, goodness. Charge up! Got him! So then he shoots these 3 bubbles, which I can't shoot through. He jumps forward, and I hit him again. Shoots his bursts. Shoots 3 bubbles. Hops. Oh, doesn't hop forward. I thought he always hopped forward. Maybe he oftentimes hops forward. So as I hop over these bubbles, it makes them float upward. So if you don't go high enough or over them fast enough, they will get you. And when they get you, you end up inside them. They float you up to the spikes to try and instant kill you. You can slide out of... I don't think you can slide out of them, but you can slide to kind of be ducking as it hits the spikes to survive. Up. Oh, there we go. Ooh, girl. What's classic me? That I didn't know something? Classic Mega Man series, classic me. Back on my retro shit. Alright. So I had done a thing where I was not splitting my streams up and just uploading them as full episodes, but I think if I'm doing this as a full playthrough, which is my intention, I have a good idea of where I can split this up into 3 episodes. That's pretty good pacing. Yeah, he did. Telling you to study, then asking you a question. No, it's fine. Just do your thing. Do your thing. Hey, I need something. Yeah. Check my noties.